Welcome to Allies or Enemies. I'm Jess.
And I am Shawn, and today is the first hot day in London, so we are going to talk about our 10 favorite games for summer, or at least 10 great games for summer.
And we each picked 5, and we interpreted the theme as we felt fit to pick those 5.
Yeah, they're a little, I've had a peek at it hers. They're a little different, our thoughts. I think you went more straight up summer, and I went kind of summer adjacent. I'm going to be arguing for a few of these, but these are, and they're not in any order. This is just kind of as we thought of them, but it's 10 games that we would recommend for great summer games.
So let's kick it off with me. Our first one was a very easy pick because it's in the title, and this is Summer Camp. And this is a Phil Walker Harding game in which you're at a summer camp. It's a pretty light drafting racing game, but it definitely has summer vibes because you are canoeing, making campfires, all of that great stuff. So I think it totally works.
And it's cool because it's got 8 or 9 different little mini decks, and you mix 3 of the, well, you don't mix them, but you use 3 of those each time, and they're all different. One's like arts and crafts, one's cooking, one's adventures,
One's friendship.
Yeah, and so it's all these different summery things, and they all do play a little different, and it is just the super simple card deck building racing game, but it's good.
And that's Summer Camp.
So my first one was kites, and I've never been a big kite flyer. I think I've done it like 3 times as a kid, but I know a lot of people love kites, and I love the idea of kites. I feel like I would like to be a kite flyer, but I don't. It feels like it's like fishing. It's a lot of time for not a lot of payoff, but the game is terrific. It's just you've got 6 different little mini timers, hourglassy timers. It's like 45-second glasses.
They all have different lengths of time.
Yes, they do, and they're all different colors. And you're just playing out cards. And when you play a card, you flip the color of timer, and that's it. And it sounds easy, but it's really hard, and it gets harder and more fun and more chaotic with more players too.
Yeah, and even at 2, because we played it lots at 2, and it is just super fun, and you can introduce various challenges and everything. I think kites fits for a summer themed game because it's like a warm weather sport, surely. I don't know how the winds are in the summer, but
sport. I want to see Olympic kite flying. I would love that.
My next one is Tidal Blades, and this is more for the feeling of summer because Tidal Blades takes place in a make-believe land, but it's islands, and it's bright, and it's colorful, and you are trying to compete to be a defender of the islands. And so I chose it for summer theme because of the brightness of the colors. But it's a great game. It's a worker placement game as you try and up your various skills and end up being chosen to be picked to defend the islands from oncoming monsters.
And when I saw that you wrote Tidal Blades too, I wasn't sure which one it was, because I think Banner Festival equally summery, and I almost prefer, I don't know if I'm on the fence about it, but Banner Festival is a really interesting trick-taking game as well. It's also set in the Tidal Blades world, and then they got the other one coming out. Yeah, I like the Tidal Blades world. I like the colors in it and the brightness and the like oceany feel. My next one's also an island theme, and that is Oros. And Oros is a brand new one. It's one that we've been playing a lot because we're gonna have a review of it coming out pretty soon. And it's an island, and it's like kind of the first like Pangea of a world where you've got a little bit of landmass in the middle, and then you're playing as gods, smashing that land together and making mountains and volcanoes and trying to get people to like worship you as fighting gods. And it's cool because it's like this weird kind of almost like Kyrie Irving-esque flat earth. But it's, if you go off one side, you immediately warp around to the other side. So it's like a
donut.
But there's nothing really on the back except like presumably just conveyor belts. I wonder if that's how Kyrie Irving sees the earth. But it's fun. It's taken a little warming up to because it's a little bit fiddly. There's a lot of little rules, but I think we like it more and more.
Yeah, and it feels really different from a lot of other games we played because you are moving the tiles, but it's on a shared board, and it's the smashing together. And I guess you chose it because, like Tidal Blades, it has like bright colors, it's islands.
It's ocean and islands, and if I think summer, I think oceans.
My next one is also similar for that reason, and that is Santa Monica. I imagine Santa Monica is probably like nice all year round.
I hear it is not. I hear it's very dirty.
Oh, but sunny, like warm.
I hear it's very sunny. Yes.
But again, it has that summer vibe, and it's a really great tableau builder and simple actions as you're moving the locals and the tourists. And one of them has sunglasses in, again, a very summery type feel. And we got it when we were on a summer vacation as well.
Yeah, in very sunny Edinburgh.
Yeah.
We got it. It is the least Edinburgh. And it's pink and blue. I love things that are these shades of pink and blue put together. Like those Miami Heat third jerseys.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm very basketball oriented today, but I love that. So yeah, the color palette of it sold me immediately.
Yeah, and definitely adds to the summer vibe for sure.
Mm. My next one is one I know I'm going to have to argue for a little bit, but it is Final Girl. And hear me out, because Final Girl it's all based on slasher movies, and specifically kind of 80s slasher movies. And when I think 80s slasher movies, I think stuff like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Sleepaway Camp. There are so many that are based either it's real hot outside, or it's just at a camp. It's just at an actual summer camp. There are some that are holiday. That's the other thing, is they're holiday themed. They're on Christmas like Gremlins or Halloween or whatnot. But I always think summer when I think horror movies. And I love Final Girl. Final Girls is such a great, like, if you're by yourself, because it is a solo game. But if you're just kind of chilling on a Sunday afternoon and you want a nice light game in like the summer sun, Final Girl's just so terrific. I'm just nuts for it too.
And are there a couple of the boxes that are based on some of the ones you named that take place in the summer?
Yeah, there is a Friday the 13th was like the first box. And there's a new one that's kind of based on the Strangers and Straw Dogs. That is, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a bunch of people trying to like invade your house.
I know nothing about horror movies, and I've only joined you in playing Final Girl a couple times. My next one, I think, is my controversial pick, and that's Heat.
Well, Heat is right in the title, though.
Yeah, because Heat's in the title, and summer's hot. So
there you go.
I think it works. But it's a fantastic new racing game, and the Heat is what you get if you aren't changing gears the right amount. I don't know if car races take place in the summer, but with a title like Heat, like it counts.
I think of races, I think of hot summer. I don't think you can't race like in the snow. That would be very dangerous.
Maybe you can. It adds an extra challenge.
I think I would watch it, but I feel like it would be a bad idea. But Heat is great.
Yeah, and in Heat you can add weather modules. So like if it's sunny, then it's probably the summer. Yeah. So yeah. I think it counts. But yeah, we really enjoy Heat. It's from the same people that did Flamme Rouge. And it uses a similar but different enough. I'm
sure everyone's heard. We're talking about it like it's a brand new game.
That's true.
It just won a whole bunch of gold in Geek Awards. Yeah. It's very popular. But it lives up to the hype. I thought it was great. My next one is Santorini. And Santorini, this is another one that I think a lot of ours are just islands. We just think oceans and islands. And I think most people probably do. But Santorini, if you don't know it, it's kind of an abstract strategy game where you've got two gods. And you're trying to both build buildings and climb. You know how gods are always building buildings and then climbing up them.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You're trying to build buildings and climb up them. And whoever gets to the top and just stands there first is the winner. But they all have asymmetric powers. And there's a Kickstarter going on right now, or just finished. That looked really cool with a ton of extra stuff. And it adds all sorts of stuff. And I'm really interested in how that's going to turn out. So Santorini's kind of on my mind right now. But it's one we've been playing for a while, and I still like it, although I like it more than you, I think.
Yeah, you tend to like abstracts more than me. But Santorini is based on the actual place, which looks beautiful. And so it is an island. The board is raised, and it has the beautiful white buildings and the blue domes. And I know a couple of people going to Greece this summer. So summer game, I think. My next one, again, is based more on where it takes place, and that is Sonora. And Sonora is an excellent flick and write game that takes place in the desert, And so it is just chaos. It's a bit like crokinole, flip and right kind of thing, but flick and right, I should say.
Yes, flick and right.
Flick and right. So you are flicking your disc into the different quadrants that all score in different ways, and then you mark them off. But because you're all using the same board, there's an opportunity to try and like knock people off the spots that they want to be on, and we love it. It's just super fun.
It combos really well. Yeah, and that flicking thing at first, it seems so like this is one that I feel like on your first play, you feel like, oh, this is so simple. This is kind of dumb. But as you kind of get better at it, the strategy, like we're not like pros. I don't know if anyone's a Sonora pro. We're not on the Sonora Pro circuit making those big Sonora bucks, but we definitely got to the point where we can pinpoint things, and we almost don't want to go in the combo spaces because we know we're getting knocked off of those. So it gets real competitive now.
And it is funny because you might have a certain plan, but as soon as somebody's on the combo, your new plan is to get them off of it.
Knock them off the combo. Yeah, no one's getting a ×2.
Yeah.
But the actual combos on the boards too, how they affect each other is really cool. It's, I think, an interesting, and I don't know of another game like it.
Yeah.
So. And my last one is Fireball Island. So yet another island, yet another real world location, the famous Fireball Island with the Curse of Volcar. And this is a game, I had this original version when I was like 13, 14, and I played it. I would make people play it. If people wouldn't play it, I would just play it by myself with all of the different characters. And it's great. And the new version is much better. And it's not, when I say it's great, please understand, it's not, but I love it. And it's simple, and it's fun, and it's silly, and it's one of those games that I think summer, kind of late night, you know, you've had a few, and you just want something fun and silly, and like something that's just going to get people laughing and moving about. And Fireball Island, like you cannot sit in your chair for this game. You're flicking marbles at each other, and it's just silly, dumb fun. And that, it just makes it great.
It does suit that bill for just a fun summer evening. I mean, you can have fun evenings other times of the year, but it's that lightheartedness because you're just moving your people around based on the cards you get, but you're trying to hit each other with marbles. And, you know, if you get the expansions, then all of a sudden spiders are thrown into the mix, and snakes, and
spiders getting shot out of like a demon head.
Yeah.
And that's it, I guess. Although I just realized right now, we were going to talk about small box games and stuff that you can just bring to a park as well. And then neither of us put it on our lists.
Oh, yeah, because Hive would be perfect for that. Because the summer means you can play games outside. You won't get rained on. And so Hive and other small box games would be perfect for that.
We'll just count that. If you watched the conclusion, you just got a bonus game. And Hive is really, because Hive, you can't get it messy. It comes with its own little pouch. It's easy to carry around. You can play it anywhere. It doesn't have a board. Yeah, it's great for that. And anything that's just a deck of cards. Any deck of cards game, I think of as a summer game.
Yeah, absolutely. And camping games as well, because you can only go camping in the summer. And so those suit the bill too. Yeah,
stuff like Yahtzee. Still, Yahtzee, again, not a great game, but I still love it. Welcome to
Roll and Rights as a genre.
Yeah.
But that was our kind of creative interpretation of our top 10 plus some games to play in the summer. We would love to know your suggestions. I'm sure there's probably some, like you can probably even see here, that we missed that are obvious.
Like, what? Why did you say Dinosaur Island? That could be a summer. No, that's fall.
But please put your suggestions in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you next time for another game.